fancy seeing you here. Welcome back, if indeed you have been here before. If not, you're welcome anyway. My name is Paul, and today we're going to have a quick catch up on my Jet JS400 guitar and talk about my week's worth of ownership and what I've learned since my last video. First things first, thank you so much to everybody who has watched my first video on the Jet JS400 guitar. It was a week ago, exactly a week ago, that I recorded that video, and it's 6 days now since it was released. And at this moment in time, it's had round about 2,900 views, which is just crazy, isn't it? Who are all you people sitting out there watching me talking to myself about a painted piece of wood with some metal strings on it? What's going on there? But thank you. I can only assume that lots of you out there have watched it 4 or 5 times, because I can't even begin to imagine that pushing 3,000 individual people would want to watch a video with me in it. That's absolutely crazy. But if you have watched it, thank you so much. And if you've subscribed, I'll thank you again. Because at the moment, I think I've got about 50 subscribers, which means an awful lot of you have watched it and not subscribed. That's okay. If you don't want to subscribe, there's no pressure. But it would be nice if you did, because then you can get notified when I want to talk to you about more nonsense. Not all of it will involve guitars, so be warned. Some of it might involve records, but most of it I think will be music based. So please give me a subscribe, please tell your friends, and then we can all be in this together, okay? Whoa, it's me. Before you go any further, remember, there's a pretty good chance this video will include a fair amount of swearing. If you don't like swearing, I'm sorry, this video's maybe not for you. Try again later. Thank you. So then, it's just over a week since I bought this little guitar now. And during that time, I've gigged the guitar 3 times, which is why my voice is a little bit rough. You can probably hear it. I've just done 2 gigs on the bounce. And I'm singing a little bit too hard, you know, bit of a frog in my throat, so I do apologise. I'm not trying to be like the cool kids who all talk like that, looking for a little bit of sympathy. Fuck that. When we spoke last, I said there were a couple of things that I was going to do to the guitar for my own preference. Number 1, I was going to change the strings, and number 2, I was going to lock up the trem. So I did indeed change the strings. I've put on a set of Elixir Nano 10-46 strings, because they are the string of choice. I'm not sponsored by Elixir, but they're very, very good strings. They last for ages and they stay nice and clean. Elixir, I'm going to tag you in this video. If you're watching it and you want to send me some strings, that would be lovely, because I spend an absolute shitload of money on your strings because I've got far too many guitars. So you'd save me a fuck ton of money. Please send me some strings. After the string change, before the string change, let's have things in the right order, shall we? I also cleaned the frets a little bit, because they're nickel frets, I think. They're definitely not stainless steel. I've not looked into it because I kind of don't care. But I thought, while I've got the strings off, I'll mask the fretboard up a little bit, put some masking tape on it, and just went over each individual fret with some fine grade wire wool. So you can probably see on there, they look a little bit shinier now. Do they feel any better to play? Do they feel smoother to play? You know what? If I'm being brutally honest, I don't know. But psychologically, which is where a lot of stuff comes in for guitars, isn't it? I've convinced myself that it will make a difference. So therefore, it must make a difference, right? Yeah. So that's done. As for locking down the trem, when I changed the strings, I opened up the back of the guitar and I thought, okay, we'll do that. We'll kind of wind the springs up and block it and make it nice and tidy. But after the last video, I sat and played the guitar for an hour or so, and I thought, I don't actually have a guitar set up with a trem. Everything is locked solid. So I thought, I'm going to leave it floating a little bit as a bit of an experiment. So can you see that on there? There we go. It's kind of set up, you know, reasonably straight and reasonably low, I think. I don't know. I'm not very good at doing that sort of thing. I kind of feel my way around it and guess. But strangely enough, or stupidly enough, I've not actually put the trem arm in, but it does indeed float. And also strangely, I've just realised that I didn't tune the guitar after taking it out of the case. So it's not the trem that's putting it out of tune. It's my stupidity. Oh yeah, one more thing I forgot. I went over the intonation and I just did that. The intonation was pretty good, but, oh look at that, you can see the light reflecting in it. It was a little bit out when I put some heavier strings on it, and that's going to happen, isn't it? You know, bit more tension on the neck, bit more tension on the trem. So I've intonated it. So that's all good, I think, now as well. And the thing plays like a dream. The 3 gigs I've done, well, I told you about the first one in my last video. I played it for about 90 minutes in that one, virtually the entire set. The 2 gigs that I've done this weekend, I played it for about 2/3 of the gig on my Friday gig, and I played it for, yeah, probably about 2/3 of the show last night as well. The only reason I changed it is because I like to have a little bit of variety, and I've got a couple of Les Pauls, Epiphone Les Pauls that I take out and use in my one-man show. And I thought, you know, it's just to mix things up a bit, isn't it, to keep yourself entertained, because the likelihood of the audience knowing the difference in the sound is pretty slim. So it's still top of the tree at the moment. I still think this is well worth £169 of your hard-earned earth currency. I still think you should buy one. Absolutely no quibbles here, no complaints. It's all still good. Like I said in my introduction, I am just absolutely flabbergasted, good word, by how popular the first video I made about this guitar was. I can't for the life of me figure out why that is, because when I set this video channel up on YouTube about, I don't know, 6, 7, 8 weeks back, it was primarily to give myself just something to do, to learn a bit of a new skill with a camera that I'd bought, and to talk about music, because I like music, I like records. So I set the channel up, and I think my most popular video in the whole 5 or 6 weeks it was up it might have achieved about 50 views, and I think I had, you know, 6 or 7 subscribers, probably all people that knew me off Facebook or had seen me at gigs and stuff. So when I put the video on about the guitar, I never, ever imagined that pushing 3,000 people would want to watch it. It's amazing, isn't it? Where have you all come from? Let me know in the comments, what's made you watch it? Is it because you're interested specifically in this guitar and finding out more about it? Or are you like me? Do you just like to turn on the computer or the television and sometimes just watch somebody waffle on about things that you like? You know, here's somebody talking about guitars. We'll watch him. Oh, he's talking shit. I'll turn him off again. I don't know. But I'm flattered. Thank you very, very much to everybody who's watched it. You've made me feel much better about myself. My wife is sick to death of hearing me giving her updates on the number of posts that are on there, the number of comments and the number of views. Sorry. Thank you all so much. You've cheered me up. You've made me feel so much better about myself, because, you know, one of the reasons behind doing it was to help my own mental well-being. I know there's a lot of us out there that struggle with life and stuff that's going on. I'm not going to bore you with the details. We've all got our own shit, right? But you've made me feel better. So I hope you making me feel better. You making me feel better makes you feel better. Does that make sense? I don't know if it does. I hope you understand me, but thank you so much. There've been some lovely comments too. Some really, really nice ones. Very supportive. People that have said they've enjoyed the videos, they've enjoyed the content, they've enjoyed my presentation. Some of you people need to get out more, okay? I've no idea what I'm doing. I can just waffle like I'm doing now, but in terms of trying to present things well or present things in some sort of professional manner, I haven't got a clue what I'm doing. Not a clue. So the positive comments have been really good. There have been 1 or 2 comments that haven't been so great. People who've made some kind of smart ass remarks about, you don't know what you're fucking talking about. What do you mean those pickups were all right? They're absolute fucking shit. There's something wrong with you. Listen, if that's your opinion, right, here's a suggestion for you. Take your expensive Gibson R9 back upstairs to your fucking bedroom in your mum's house, plug it into your camper and wank yourself fucking stupid, okay? Because those of us who live here in the fucking real world, we play shit like this, and we don't just play them in our bedrooms, we take them out and we gig them and we work them hard. They get knocked about, they get beat up. Sorry if you can hear that noise in the background, it's my dog trying to dig himself back into his bed. You okay there, Eddie? I think he's waiting for his dinner. Where was I? Yeah, listen. If you're a sad sack that's going to go on YouTube and criticise somebody else's video, there's a fucking good chance that you have never, ever emptied your sack into a live human being in your life. Fuck off and make your own channel, okay? This sort of shit is, for me, all about making us all feel better. If we all learn something, if we all get something out of it, if we all have a bit of a laugh. If you're laughing at me now because I'm a foul-mouthed son of a bitch and I'm criticising other people that can't see me hiding behind their keyboards, great, my work here is done, okay? Oh, God, what is the fucking world coming to, honestly? I'm sorry, I'm just laughing at myself. God, I'm funny, aren't I? The biggest bugbear that people seem to have had about this guitar is the pickups. Most people that have commented have said, yeah, I agree with you. The pickups for a guitar of that price range, what do you want? They're good enough, they're okay, yeah? But you know, our man who's knocking one out in his mum's bedroom, these sort of people don't get it, I don't think. Is it just me? It can't be, can it? You know, it can't be just me that would buy a guitar with this money and think, yeah, that's good enough. It can't be just me that would think investing loads of money in upgrading pickups on this would be a waste of time. Because, okay, this is possibly controversial, but for me, a lot of you sound, yes, your pickups have got to do a job, and yes, more expensive ones might sound different, because it's all about, you know, they've got a different job to do, haven't they? At the end of the day, they're just kind of tools that are fitted to another tool. A bit like the tools that post fucking comments. But some of them are made to be a bit brighter, some of them are made to be a bit heavier, some of them are made to be a bit more powerful, you know. That's great, but here in the real world, you've got to have something that's an all-round thing that does the job in lots of different situations for you. And I think these pickups are fine. They're ceramic pickups, so they are a little bit hotter, a bit more powerful than the Alnico ones, and I think that's okay. You know, a lot of your sound and your tone, once the pickups have digested it, it all kind of comes from your fingertips and the way you play, the style you play, and it comes down a wire or an invisible cable somewhere in heaven to your amplifier, and then your amplifier changes the sound as well, doesn't it? You can control your tone and your gain and your volume, all that sort of stuff. So for me, before I went down the route of changing pickups on something, I've done this before, by the way, buy yourself a cheap EQ pedal, put it on your pedal board, and learn how to fucking use it, yeah? You can buy Behringer EQ pedals for peanuts, you know. You can buy them second-hand for about 15, 20 quid. I don't even think they're much more than that if you buy them new. Buy 2, buy 3 or 4, you know. Then you can set each one differently and you can stamp on them and have different sounds all the time without having to resort to putting Seymour Duncan's all singing, all dancing, latest gizmo pickups in your guitar. Nothing wrong with those things, but I don't get it. I don't get it, and I don't get why people get so angry about the fact that you bought a cheap guitar, therefore you've got to upgrade it. No, you've not. Upgrade yourself. Think about how you're playing it. You know, I've played for 40 odd years, and you never stop learning, right? You can always learn from other people and from watching what other people are doing. And I've got friends who are far more successful than I'll ever be as a guitar player, and they've played on big stages, on, you know, European tours, world tours, arenas, in front of thousands and thousands of people. And they've all said the same thing to me. Get a guitar that you're happy with, set it up how you like it, and that includes the pickups. You know, if it comes with good pickups and you're happy with it, great. But use an EQ pedal. Learn how to use your EQ. On my pedal board, it's not here, it's all packed away from my gig last night, but if I remember, I'll take a little picture of it and stick it in the video. My pedal board is just amazingly simple. I've pared it right the way down. There's a chorus pedal on there, there's a delay pedal on there, a boost, I think. I think that's it. I don't even use my EQ pedal anymore because you see this? This is my tone knob, and this one here is my volume. And I use them, and if something needs changing, I just go over to my amplifier and change it a bit. I don't think, you know, oh my God, what am I gonna do? I wish I'd fetched my R9 with me so I could use that because it's got some fucking great pick. No. If we're out gigging in a pub, which is where most of my gigs are, you know, I'm not playing Wembley Arena anytime fucking soon. Although if I was, you know what? I'd have no hesitation to take my £169 Jet JS400 with me. I'd bloody well do that. Maybe then Jet would give me some sponsorship as well. But look, experiment with your guitars. You don't need to be changing things. You don't need to change the tuners. Oh God, that was another thing. Those tuners are shit. Don't change them, man. They're all right, yeah? They're good. Like I told you in the last video, leave that fucker alone, okay? He's all good. So, I did say this video was supposed to be giving you a bit of an update on this car. I guess I have up to a point, but like I say, I don't really know what I'm doing. Do you like watching this kind of crap? Because I've got, I don't know, another 20 or so guitars at least hidden away in my house that I can spout shit for 15 or 20 minutes about. Would you like to hear me talk about that crap? Is there something specific you want to see me spout forth on? You know, another subject that I'm ill-informed on, that I know nothing about, that I can annoy people on? Put something in the comments, let me know. Please give me a subscribe if you've not done already, because I'm kind of learning that you can get as many views as you want on YouTube, but it's all to do with kind of algorithms, and I don't even understand what a fucking algorithm is. Is it that kind of green stuff you get on ponds? Is that algorithms? I don't know. But look, give me a subscribe because apparently YouTube likes that sort of thing. And then you can learn all about, you know, when I'm going to talk some more shit to you. Thank you very, very much for coming back. Ultimately, this video is to say, I still like my guitar. If you've got one too, I hope you like yours. But more importantly, it's to say thank you so much to everybody who watched the first video. Even if this one tanks and no fucker watches it, my work here is done. You know, I never thought I'd get so many people watching a video, and I still can't believe it. Let's hope you watch this one so that I can bore my wife some more and say, hey, look at this, 50 people, whoa, 100 people. Maybe, maybe not. Thank you very much for coming. I hope we get to talk to each other again at some time about music, maybe a record next time, don't know. But whatever it is, stay safe till we meet again. Take care of yourselves. Don't let the bastards grind you down, okay? See you later.